And the unfortunate thing about the Jess Brammer affair, frankly, is one individual, three levels down, if I may, in the newsroom. We're making hires all the time, and I agree with you. And unfortunately, leak takes that into an area where it is suboptimal, if that's the right word, for all of us. But I want to make sure we're hiring from a broad church of individuals, and what characterises them is ability to leave their politics at the door.
Have you hired anyone who supported Brexit since your time as editor-in-chief?
I haven't asked senior level. I don't know, because that's not a question. It's not one of
we know that Jess Brammer didn't.
But yeah, that may. Yeah, but we're hiring people all the time. I have no idea whether. If I don't know where my top team is on Brexit.
Okay.
We don't talk like that.
You're talking about so there's a diversity of opinion, but you don't know who supported Brexit.
Well, it
looks like you're just in the dark, frankly, over your own editorial team.
We don't. That diversity of opinion comes from different backgrounds, life experiences, CVs. It's not a list of questions. We don't have a list of questions when we're interviewing people saying, politically, what did you support and what didn't you support? That's not the key criteria.
But you can do due diligence on people as well. I mean, for example, does it not make you slightly queasy that Jess had to delete 16,000 tweets, or chose to delete 16,000 tweets when her position was announced?
She chose to do it, I suspect.
I mean, that must take a day or two.
As someone who doesn't tweet too much, I've got no idea on the timescale. But surely one of the things that is a good thing to do if you're joining the BBC is to delete your tweets, clean that. It's not that you're embarrassed, but it's not that you're embarrassed. But we hire people, and by the way, they leave as well. So if you look at the last couple of, 2 out of the last 4 directors of comms at number 10, plenty of people have gone to different parties. Look around this table. We've got people that leave to different parts of the political sphere. It's absolutely appropriate to leave that at the door. That's what we do. And by the way, we've done it pretty well for 99 years. I just think it's tougher now, by the way. I think the culture wars are raging. I think we've got a real battle on our hands. I walk a tightrope every day on this. But we've got to fight for it. It's not an easy choice. And, one hire 3 levels down the newsroom, we can debate it. The leak is unfortunate. I do think we've got to set things in perspective. And, I think we're making progress on this.
How does her appointment impact diversity of thought? You say you don't want to have a group thing. Well, it looks like you've just sort of introduced a sort of much more far left of centre groupthink into, judging by 16,000 tweets and some of their content. It does look as if, frankly, all you've done is make the gene pool even more to the left than it was previously.
With respect, we've got a few thousand people in news. We've just restructured the newsroom completely, which I think is really quite radical in terms of. I saw some outstanding editorial appointments actually yesterday in terms of 3 new editors in terms of technology. Zoe Kleiman, I won't go through all the list, but so we're making hires that have significant big editorial decision-making powers across the newsroom, and Jess is one of quite a significant number of senior managers.
You said 4,000, but she's number 3 in news.
She's not number 3 in news. She's 3 levels down in news. She's 3 levels down. I mean, we have a very clear structure. So we've got Fran, you've got the World Service, you've got news gathering, and you've got the output. She reports into the person leading output, which is Jamie Angus. Now, this is not, and they're the big jobs. We're trying to strip down. I've cut. You'll be comforted to hear the number of senior managers. I'm sure we'll get onto that quite aggressively. We've reduced the number of senior leaders. We have a clearer structure there. But I understand the point. But let's be judged on the overall movement of the BBC. And I've been very clear, and we've got work to do, that we want to deliver impartiality. And the one thing I would say is, let's look at our result. In my world, I want to be judged on the results to a household, to anywhere across the UK, how we're delivering on impartiality. And they're the things we can discuss, whether that's in Scotland or other areas, how we do it against the brief. And people leave their backgrounds at the door when they arrive at the BBC.
As long as they delete 16,000 tweets, of course.
No, I don't think that's a fair characterisation. We didn't ask anyone to delete tweets. They chose to do it.
Okay.
Fair enough.